Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. Hear that rooster sing, coffee's ready for a fling. Southern Fried has news for you. Updates on life's going on, and maybe a joke or two. Get up, pray up, and coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. We got laughs, we got prayer, celebrate our nation every day. Love our vets, love our land. It's the home of the free and the land of the brave. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. So come on in and have a blast, for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. And get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. So come on in and have a blast, for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while.
Well, good morning, everybody out there at Southern Fried Podcast Land. Welcome to Friday morning. I'm Rob. That's Dave. We're here to start your day off right here on the Southern Fried Podcast. How you doing this morning, Dave?
Doing good. Good morning, folks. Thanks for your support of the SFP. Let's have a fantastic day. Honor Jesus. Pray for our country.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell you what, it's gonna be a good day today, no matter what. I'm sorry I've been under the weather, been in and out. I'm trying, but I'm feeling a little better this morning. So
Good morning, Mike Rebel. Good to see you again. Thanks for your support of the SFP. Appreciate your support of the Sports and Racing Show. And to the 5 people last night who downed my program, I love it.
what? Who downed you last night?
Oh, I don't know. I don't care. It's on Rumble. Oh, I take it as a badge of honor.
There you go. Some people just don't have a sense of humor.
And Ignacio Perez Paya, hope I said that right. Good morning to you. Blessings.
We've been trying to keep things a little bit more upbeat and positive here on the morning show. Well, there's a FBI report that came out that I would like to share with y'all. Some of this information would constitute opinion, and I try to stay away from that. But some of it is not, but it's very concerning, and I would like to put this out for all parents out there with school children and such as that. They're attending schools. And the FBI released a new report 3 days ago on crime in schools. And it's absolutely, all parents need to hear about this. Between 20 and 24, law enforcement agencies reported nearly 1.3 million criminal incidents occurring on school property across the United States. Now, do y'all hear that? 1.3 million. All right, this includes about 540,000 assaults and 45,000 sex offenses. Crimes that directly victimize children in places they're supposed to be safe. All right, that's a lot. That's some big numbers. Here's the flip side of that. It's almost certainly more than that. In 2024, only about 9,000 law enforcement agencies submitted data to the FBI for the report, even though there are roughly 18,000 of these agencies nationwide. The real numbers of crimes in America's schools is undoubtedly much higher than what they're saying. This is a very sad commentary on the schools in the United States. Now, I'm trying to intentionally steer away from any opinion and stuff like that. And this is just news. It's something that I think that all parents should be aware of and act on to the best of their ability. I mean, this goes beyond just school violence. Not one child in Illinois was proficient in math in 80 Illinois public schools. Zero. In math. I mean, come on, y'all. Not one. We need to fix this. This has got to be fixed. And hopefully some of these programs they have going now will fix it. But just be aware, y'all. If your kids are telling you there's stuff going on in school, listen to them. Listen to them, because it's out there. All right, now I'm going to steer off that because we're trying to keep it more positive. But I feel like every parent in the country should know that kind of stuff. And that was something that everybody needed to hear about this morning. What do you think, Dave? You're dealing with it directly with the granddaughter there in school.
Skill levels wise, the numbers have been coming up, but they've got some things they need to work on. Obviously. Just want to mention this morning by way of birthdays, Joe Jonas, pop singer, 35 years old to be 35 again. Jennifer Lawrence is 34. Ben Affleck, 52 years old today. Nipsey Hussle, rapper, died in 2019. He was born this day. Napoleon Bonaparte, born this day. And let's get one more. Deborah Messing, she's 56 years old today. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Celebrate all day. It's another blessed day to be alive. I was honored to be a part of an event yesterday, and one of the ladies was talking about caregiving and parenting and becoming a grandparent, raising grandkids and stuff. Anyway, she said the same thing I say is enjoy the day. Never know when it's the last one. So enjoy your day, even if it's not your birthday today. And I want to give a shout out to a small town in Texas, which makes me feel like I'm at home. The population 58. It's Lakeview, Texas. I live in the little area of Lakeview, Georgia. Shout out from Lakeview to Lakeview this morning. It looks about as big as my Lakeview. In fact, we probably got more homes. I know there's more than 58 in Lakeview here with a school right here. So it's funny. We got all these lake views. Of course, we did have Lake Winnipesaukee. They don't look like there's a lake anywhere near them. I don't know how they named these places. It's a lake view. You get a view of the lake. There's no lake. I guess that's how you get you say you live at have a lake view, but with if you're on a budget, you can't really afford the real lake view, so you have to go to just somewhere that's called Lake View.
Well, moving on, we got weather today down here in South Georgia. It's calling for 92, humid with sunshine and some clouds. Maybe some thunderstorm this afternoon. Going into the weekend, it looks like we have a chance for even thunderstorms on Saturday and maybe a thunderstorm early on Sunday. 55% chance on Saturday, 88% Sunday, and 56% chance today. Moving up toward North Georgia. I got to get to it. There it is. Coming out of the big city of Rossville. Have sunshine and clouds today. Widely separated thunderstorms, high around 90. Thunderstorm in spots this evening. Going into the weekend on Saturday, they're calling for 94 for your high, 72 for your lows. And Sunday, about a repeat, 93 and 72, 55% chance both days. Mainly clear and humid. It's warming back up a little bit.
Went back to the plant last night for the event, and it was very humid. Very, very humid for that event. I was so glad to get to the vehicle and cool off. Felt for them people. It was a brutal night. Even at night, it was still very, very hot as I left to go back. Humidity was what made it worse.
My goodness.
We don't need any more rain, but there'll probably be some pop-ups, but we need to dry out after all that rain we got.
Yeah, no doubt.
We need a big dry out. I just hope that some of these displaced families have found housing. I still just don't understand. If you're living in government housing and through an act of God, your housing is gone, how they don't have some sort of plan for you. That's government for you right there. Oh, you're on your own. Shelter for one night and then kicked out. We'll take time getting this thing back in order for you, which we built in a flood zone anyway. That's government.
Yeah.
That's at least 3 or 4 times that place is flooded out near here. And it just ticks me off. I know there's kids at the school that live there. Man, it makes me mad. It's not their fault, man. It's an act of God.
Yeah.
You should be some sort of program or something that puts these people up until their housing that you're supplying is replaced. Crazy. I hate that. You know what? If you go to I've said this before, one of the greatest programs that and there are here in our area, and I'm honored that my company donates to it, is in the high schools. And it's not in every high school, but there are certain ones, and I'm honored the high school I went to has it. and it's a program that comes in. It's separate from the school. It doesn't cost the school a dime. They just provide the area they meet in, but they have washing machines, dryers, showers for the kids, laundry detergents, soaps, deodorants. They'll even help them, teach them how to do some things. So they can do all this stuff. They just bring their dirty clothes to school, and they're able to wash them there and get cleaned up. Because some of them don't, they're in tough situations. They don't have the ability at times to do that. And it keeps these, you imagine how you feel. We were talking to John Frady about those prisoners that come out, and he gets the new shoes for them, and how that feels for a guy coming out. You imagine being in high school. So think about a young girl. Guys too, but I want to think about a young girl who's, 14, 15, 16 years old, and she has to go to school dirty. How likely is it she's a dropout? But if you have a way for her to come in and get her clothes clean and clean up and feel fresh and ready to go like anybody else, it just gives you a feeling of, it just makes you feel good. And I know it's making a huge difference. And even getting them prom dresses and stuff, and the guys too, they get the suits and stuff, the tuxes or whatever they wear. But I fully support like that. I'm so glad our company is a part of that. And I hope that the kids use it a lot. And my understanding is they do. And it's one of their favorite things about the school is that because there's a lot of kids struggling. There's a lot of families struggling.
Yeah.
And that's not that I'm not talking about parents ain't trying. Folks, it's tough out there. And at my company, one of the first questions I asked was yesterday was, are you still looking at trying to get childcare? And they're trying, they're looking at it. It's just so hard to fit that in the budget, but they say we are looking at it. We're trying. We almost had a deal for one area that we're in. And because it is tough for parents who want to work, but childcare is so expensive, you feel like you're working for nothing. Yeah. And you need good, safe childcare. You can't just leave them with, anybody.
No.
Chucky the Clown. You got to have them with good people. And I understand how they probably feel about that. That's good morning, Miss Jen. She was there with me last night. Jen, they trashed me last night. They gave me 5 dislikes. I was on a hot subject though. I knew it'd be. They're all over the place. I didn't say. I really kind of looked at all sides of it though. Maybe they just didn't like me. I've got a face for radio. Maybe.
Well, what were you talking about last night?
The summit.
Okay.
Alaska.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Alaska. I really would.
Neat. It is pretty neat.
I don't want to go out back where I have to fly and land on the water in the plane. Not that kind of Alaska. I'm not at my age. No, I'm not into that adventure. But I would like to see the beauty on a cruise or something and stop in a couple of locations. And yes, Miss Jen, it's beautiful. I've got a lot of friends that have been recently.
Just keep in mind, Dave, if the bear gets after you, you can't outrun him. Fall down and play dead.
No, I'll just high-five him and tell him, God bless America.
I would highly recommend.
I would say you came this close to being a Russian bear. But thank God we rescued you from that, and we stole this land for a little bit of money because they were stupid, and now it's ours. And I love it that they're meeting in Alaska because Putin's he's a man of history. And if he wants all that land over there, I like it that he has to walk around in Alaskan soil and realize, yeah, this used to be ours. Not anymore, Mr. Presidente.
All that oil underneath and everything.
All that oil.
Yeah.
I'd bring him a bottle of oil for a gift to take home.
Picture of an Alaskan landscape. Underneath at the bottom, it says, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
I hope he has to stay at the Trump Inn.
I hope he has to stay in the igloo.
Trump Tower, Juno
I hope
style.
he has to stay in the Native American igloo if there's any up there right now. That would be awesome. Rub noses with an Eskimo for a night. I'm sure they got some men up there that might be interested in doing that with him.
Well, I don't know, but that sounds kind of weirdo, creepo. What the heck is that?
Well, he's got to stay warm. Noses. I heard that's how Eskimos stayed warm, was they rub noses.
Did you rub noses with Eskimos when you were up in Alaska?
I didn't get to see no Eskimos. I was out in the Aleutians.
Well, did the Aleutians? Some Aleutians?
Well, I don't know. Those are the actual Aleutians on.
Well, they were fellow service members. Did you rub noses with them to stay warm?
No. Shucks.
Hey, you started down that road, man.
Hey, no, I'm just saying, shucks, it wasn't offered, I just, wasn't no nose rubbing going on for me.
I wouldn't want to live there, but I would like to visit.
Adak's a very interesting place to visit if you get the opportunity. It's the bases shut down there, and it's going to pot quick. But I'm sorry. There's two places that you can visit there, including the Adak National Forest, which are the only trees pretty much on the island. It's some scrub pines there, and you can go out there and look at that. The sign says you are entering and leaving the Adak National Forest, and it's the smallest national forest in the United States. But it's tundra, and it's like walking on a sponge. You got all kind of life up there where you wouldn't think it'd be out there on a rock where it's cold as heck. I mean, you got a lot of sea life, including sea lions, and there's whales in the area. You got ptarmigans, birds, eagles. I mean, eagles just crazy up there. Puffins. I mean, there's a lot of bird life. There's a few caribou on the island. They were transported there, but there's lots of stuff to see on there.
Is there any cruises that you could go out just outside of or just inside the American waters, or just outside the Russian waters, where you can moon the Russians as you go by?
No, but you can take tours in Washington, D.C. by the IRS building. That would be a good place if you want to moon something. I could get you Russia, but if you want to go by the IRS building and moon them, go ahead. I mean, should be a national pastime right there. Probably get in trouble for it, but
Oh, I have watched the video several times of the girl who was going to hit on the police officer and got shoved back on the car so hard, I think her soul left her body. And she found out real quick, we're not playing that. I love that. She probably felt like she got mooned.
People think that they can just talk to police officers any way they want to. Some of these people out there make me sick, with, well, I'm this, I'm that. You can't mess with me. I'm not showing you my. Look, I'm all about protecting your rights. Okay. And I'm a firm believer that if you get pulled over, you got to show them your license. You got to. If you got pulled over for a violation or whatever. But I'm also a firm believer, if you're sitting in your car, you're not doing anything wrong, and you're on public property or you're on private property, leave me alone. Why is the first question out of their mouth? Well, can I see your ID? And I'm not doing anything wrong. You got no reason to ID me. I'm going to pitch a fit.
Did you see Miss Jen's story out of Bartow County?
No.
Oh, it's a classic. It sounds like Bartow County, honestly. By the way, I joined a Bartow County group. I got invited in. I didn't go looking for it. 42,000 strong. I'm going to share things about the podcast, but it was a Facebook. This lady got pulled over. There's a lot of parts to it. Oh, they got very inquisitive. Very, very inquisitive. Miss Jen, if you have a link to that article, would you pop, because you're on Facebook, would you pop that in the chat or text it to Rob or something? You need to read this. I do it after I get off the show, but if she has it in front of her, I'd love to have that lady on the show. I really would. And we could probably make that happen.
Yeah, I'd love to.
She has a story.
But
she has a story to tell.
That's
what she's very good at explaining the details. But it's a lot. It's more than just where you're coming from or where you're going. It's a lot more. A lot more.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this guy needs to be he needs to be taught a lesson on the law or fired. He don't know what he's doing.
Full
on Gestapo tactics, man. Full on.
Just fishing for anything.
Well, and demanding, not even fish, even more than that. It's fishing, but it's like demanding, accusing with no evidence.
Oh, wow.
Crazy story. Again, I'm going by her story, but she's believable.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it for one bit. I'm telling you, I don't.
See,
there's a couple of forces down that way that are very there's one up there on the interstate. When you're going down to 75, you better slow her down because they rely on those tickets because you pass right through their area on the interstate. And that's a little town of Emerson. And they will nail you left and right. And then they do a lot of fishing too.
Thank you, Miss Jennifer. Give me just a second here. Y'all keep right on trucking there.
It's a crazy story. I appreciate her sharing that. I appreciate our roving reporters that go out and look for stuff like that we might miss because it really, I mean, she's a faithful supporter and wears the None Ya Business shirt our logo that we have in the store. And I have got to get one of those shirts. I want to be wearing that today. I want to go out with that. Oh, well, thank you, Miss J. I can't say enough good things about your support, but I love her and Dean and Dean's mom out sharing, and Rob or me or whoever shares those images out there. Good morning, Broski. Broski with the Mosty. How are you today, sir? God bless the USA. Excuse me. I was so tickled last night because I didn't know he was going to bring it up, but Dean brought up about the female baseball referee. I thought of Broski right away. I like to fell out of my chair. Yep, we got a new one. And she worked the Braves game. Well, when I heard about it, and actually I was watching a game where it was it, I thought of Broski, and then later, I had no idea Dean was going to bring that up. Amen, Broski. Amen, brother. Sing her loud. Make a Russian mad today. Who cares?
Okay,
we love Russian people. I mean the commies.
Here's a comment further on in that lady's thing. Someone said, anonymous participant said, same thing happened to me on Richards Road. And they got cited for not stopping when they know good and well that they did. Said, I showed him my dash cam video and they said, that's smart to have a camera. Case dismissed. Best $200 I ever spent. And why do I have to be smart? Why should they not be faithful for their duty?
Yeah.
I think,
I mean, how would you like to be done like that, the way they were done on that pullover?
Oh, it happens every day out there. It does. And it just makes me sick. Um, that's, that's why they tell you, don't answer their questions
Yeah.
because they're fishing.
They will use it against you.
They will. Don't answer their questions. Just say, I don't answer questions. What do you need from me so I can get about my business?
Lawyers will tell you.
Ridiculous in some cases, to where they just insist on it. The first thing they want to do, well, we got to ID you. Why? I've not done anything wrong. Why do you need to ID me? I'm not,
Lawyers will tell you you're your own worst enemy when you pull over. You got to shut your mouth. You kill your case with every word you say. But we're so kind in the South. We want to conversate because we want to comply. We want to
help people.
It's just the way we're geared. It's not in our DNA to be a butthole at every turn. For some, but they're probably transplanted Yankees anyway. But.
Yeah.
Well, we got some true Southerners that are like that, but most of us are trying to be helpful, and we support law enforcement. And then you got some jackleg, right out of the academy, young guy like that. He's out making accusations and, demanding to know stuff. It's none of your business, dude. It's none of your business. Just because you're wearing a badge, I don't got to tell you all this info. Folks, before we move any further, let's do say this program is brought to you by, and I am enjoying my SFP coffee. Use that QR code and get yours today. If you're in the continental United States, the shipping is included in the price. And You can get it for as cheap as $18.50, and that's not bad. I'm telling you, it's great coffee. That's your cost coming to your house. Love it. Get your SFP coffee today. And then Patriot Mobile promo code Cornbread. I just switched 3 more phones over to Patriot Mobile. I was telling Dean, Rob, I have never had 5G service at my plant with the other carrier ever. If it flashed up, it went away so fast before I could even enjoy it. I have stayed on 5G with Patriot Mobile service. Stayed on 5G.
There you go.
I love it. And he had the same carrier, and he said, you're right. It's not good service where we work at. It's just a bad spot for it.
Yeah.
And, that's could be with anybody. But I am so tickled and love the savings I got in the company I support. Patriot Mobile. Make the switch today. Promo code Cornbread.
Yes. We like that cornbread promo code.
Absolutely.
Okay. Just looking back, I see several people that are talking about the same area and getting pulled over for running the stop sign, and the cop being rude and arrogant, and like one person he asked him, he had to take a breathalyzer for the exact same thing, and asked when I last used meth or drugs. I told him I hadn't drank in 40 years and I've never done drugs. Said he was called a liar because he forgot to mention he was planning on taking a walk after dinner instead of going straight home. I asked him why I thought I needed a breathalyzer, and he at least wasn't giving me a DUI. I said, maybe I'm not getting a DUI since I haven't had alcohol in 40 years. He was so excessive and ridiculous that I was embarrassed for him. Why, if you've got somebody that's predatorizing, or a police officer is predatorizing an area like that, and I say predatorizing because at that point in time, they're a predator. If the same place keeps happening over and over, and people keep saying, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, you're wrong, you're not telling the truth. Why is there this same area? Why is there not something to document that he's just predatorizing that area?
The citizens need to set up some cameras with some good audio, up and down the line right there, right in that little area, and just put that on the news.
Yeah. My goodness.
Broski.
Well, at the same point in time, I believe in cooperating with the police. If they need my ID, I want to give them my ID. If I'm legally required to, and they need it, or even if I'm not legally required to, if it's something where I can prove what I'm saying, I got no problem with that. But for them to demand it at everything, and then it's because of incidents like this that people don't want to share that information. And legally, we don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to perform their investigation for them. You can't hinder it, but you don't have to do it for them.
And Broski, to your point, that has been a controversial thing that has happened over the last many years. And many people call it the militarization of the local police force, where they do come out battle rattle. I mean, they look like they're ready to patrol the streets of downtown Beirut instead of being that friendly officer. I understand wearing bulletproof vests. I think that's wise, but I'm talking about geared up commando style, and that's what's pulling you over. It does. It's intimidating. And they also sometimes will bring out, militarized top vehicles, and they got them from the military. And I get if they got to go after a bad dude, I got no problem with that. But normal, everyday citizens should not be harassed or made to feel like they're going through a military zone. I mean, that's what it feels like. And I get that it's good to have backup. I don't have a problem with that. But is backup 10 police cars? I mean, seriously, sometimes you wonder, who do they think I am?
Yeah.
It's like the whole police force shows up. Backup is one. My God.
You get pulled over for a speeding ticket. You got 30 cop cars lined up down the road there, and they got you out of the car, and they're searching you. Everybody's going by looking at what the heck did he do?
And then the rest of the day, they're saying, hey, man, are you okay? I saw you out there on the side of the road. And everybody's starting to wonder what you've done. You're always guilty first. You gotta prove your innocence, and it's supposed to be the other way around. But we just need a reset on some of this stuff in America. So the rights are being trampled on. We got to stop that.
Yeah.
Because if we get away with it, they'll do more.
Yep.
And I absolutely hate when the officer says, I'm just trying to help you. No, you're not. You are not trying to help me. You are fishing for more info. And these little ladies will get scared, or these teenagers or whatever, and they'll just start talking, and they're looking for anything and everything to harass them on. It's not help. It's not help. They're not your friend at that point. They're investigating you.
Now, let us preface this. This is not every officer out there.
No, it's not.
We support our police. We support our first responders. We don't want nothing bad happen to them. In fact, if something bad happens to them, we tend to get upset. But at the same point in time, you guys that are out there that are abusing your authority and power, that you're not right. Don't abuse your authority and power. Don't lie on people. Don't predator a certain area or whatever. Come on.
Well, here's the deal, and every police force probably has at least one, and it's getting worse, and I'll tell you why. They can't get enough candidates anymore. Since the administration previously allowed the trampling of police officers, a lot of them retired because they were eligible to retire, and they cannot get enough. The city that's near me, they run about 100 short. So your hiring practices get a little bit softer. And that warm body, it's not that bad, but you end up taking somebody on that you normally wouldn't. I'm almost guaranteeing it, because your guys are wore out. They're working double shifts, and you don't get paid overtime. You get comp pay for a position like that. And there's just not enough to go around. You're running shorthanded.
Yeah.
And so they start hiring, and even companies do that. They'll start lowering the standards, and you start taking, if it's a warm body, so to speak, It's like Jim off a Taxi, you know.
Yeah.
I'm coming here looking for a job, brother.
But
You want to be a cop?
yeah, they forget, and I'm not going to say they forget. They lose sight of a lot of times. The slogan is protect and serve. They forget the serve part. They forget the protect part, and the whole thing is let's bust somebody today.
Well, their whole mentality is like that.
Do what?
They never forgot it. They never cared for it. They want to take people down.
Yeah. And it's not about that. I mean, yeah, if you can get a violent offender off the street, hey, salute. That's protecting and serving. That's protecting people. If you want to get a child predator off the street, hey, look, you want to get a drug dealer off the street, do it the right way. You don't harass these little old ladies that go up there and say they run a stop sign when they know good and well they didn't. What the heck? If the best thing you could do is sit and watch a stop sign all day long, you are part of the problem. You're not protecting and serving. You're there harassing people.
Yes, Celtic Blacksmith. My favorite episode is when he goes to get his driver's license. What does a yellow light mean? Slow down. What does a yellow?
Yes.
If you don't know that scene, you've got to look up Jim gets his license on the show Taxi and just laugh. If you need a good laugh today, it's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that one, I guarantee you haven't seen the one from WKRP in Cincinnati on the Thanksgiving turkey drop. Look that one up as well. You won't stop laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Days with either one of those. And speaking of laughing for days, Dave, I'm going to share a screen real quick. Unless you have worked with livestock, you probably won't think this is really all that funny, but it is hilarious to me because I have worked with it. T-bone, beef loin, T-bone steak, humanely raised, but occasionally verbally abused. If you don't know how dumb cows can be, you have no idea how much they can be verbally abused. Where the hell do you think you're going? What the? Get your, what the mother, son of a. When they say SOB around here, they mean son of a bovine.
There you go. Yeah, Celtic. The first time I saw that scene, the first time's always the best because you don't know what's coming. And I was like, where's he going with this? And then when he does, there's no way they didn't lose it during that scene. There's no way. No way. That dude was the best.
Christopher Lloyd did so good in that role.
Oh, God.
What does?
Well, it goes like 3 or 4 iterations of that because he's like, slow down. And he gets slower.
Slower and slower and slower.
Oh, my God. I'm going to have to watch that today. I tell you, it's just another great scene to watch. And you can't not but laugh because they're laughing, and they were great together, is the dentist scene on the Carol Burnett show. Between Tim Conway and the other guy. And he gives him
Dr. Corman.
Yeah. You can't not laugh in that scene. Oh, my gosh.
No. Absolutely. There's no way that you cannot laugh.
I've been watching some old episodes of Coach. I really like that show. And I caught one yesterday. I could tell they spliced it. And I saw the look on her face, his TV wife, in a scene. And I never noticed it before, but she absolutely lost it on the scene. And I noticed that when they changed the camera, you could tell it was a new scene. Like they had to stop and restart. Yes. She absolutely, that look, they stopped the camera because and clipped it right there. she just had a little smirk, but you could see the look in her eyes. It's like, really? I'm fixing to lose it. And she did. And then they reset it. And, they were filmed in front of a live audience. You got the audience laughing too. You've got to reset the whole scene. I mean, it might take 5 takes after that, or they might even not even get it in.
And, and then you have Tim Conway and Harvey Korman trying to crack up other people on purpose. And even Carol Burnett and Vicki Lawrence got into it eventually, where they were trying to crack the other person up. There was one where she came out ahead of time and she says, before the show, they had Harvey off stage, and she said, okay, we've been working on the show this way for a while, all week. But tonight, when he comes out, I'm going to do it differently. So just hang on for the ride, So he's expecting one thing. She's going to do something completely different.
Oh, the elephant story is legendary, too. I forgot about that.
Oh, my gosh. The elephant story with Tim Conway. My gosh. I could still watch that. I've seen it 100 times, and I could still cry laughing watching that. That little snot had so much fun with that scene. I mean, he was chomping at the bit to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's trying to hide that, and he's trying to do this low play on the whole thing. Like, so no more elephants, huh? Because I knew a guy that had they had a pair of Siamese elephants, and they would stretch out. They were connected by their trunk, and they would stand up on their back legs and straighten their trunk out, and a little monkey would come out and dance the reggae or whatever. Yeah, the Watusi.
I saw this site the other day. They were commenting on a story where it was like heavy news, like really tough. And so they're just trying to bring a little humor in the middle of a bad situation. And they will just throw these oddities out there. I forget the name of them. I followed them. I'm hoping I can share that. But they throw this oddity out, and they said, well, it was right in the middle of all these people discussing this bad situation, death and destruction, whatever it was. And they said, but meanwhile, there's 42 million kangaroos in Australia. There's only so many. They gave the number of citizens in Uruguay. That means if all of the kangaroos invaded Uruguay, every man would have to fight off 14 kangaroos. And you're sitting there going, what?
Yeah.
And you can't help but see that. Like, you're thinking about that. Like, you walk out, there's 14 kangaroos in your yard. Like, I mean, everybody's got at least 14 to fight, Dude.
This is your part.
So we could say that, in Bainbridge. You know what? I mean, it's a 2-1. If Jack Legs get that place put in, it's 2 monkeys for every citizen in the city of Bainbridge.
Yeah, so if they get loose, you got to do your part. You got to take 2 of them little suckers out.
That's right. Hello, Barry. God bless you, man.
We got let's hit this real quick. This is coming up for early to mid next week, maybe toward the end. We got Tropical Storm Aaron that is forming out there, projected to become at least a Category 3, headed for the eastern United States. Looking for like a hit somewhere in the Carolinas, but it's a hurricane. It can shift course. Right now, the max winds are 50 miles an hour. It's moving west at 17. 2 a.m. this morning, it was 65. By Saturday morning at 2 a.m., it's supposed to be 100 miles an hour. It's down below San Juan, and then well below. And then at 2 a.m. Sunday, it's supposed to go moving on past San Juan, up into the Cuba area. And by 2 a.m. Tuesday morning, it's sitting off our coast. It's not that far away. Max winds are forecast to be 125 miles an hour. That's headed toward the Carolinas, it looks like right now. So y'all be safe out there. It's not too early for you to start prepping.
Is Aaron one of those girl names that you can trust or not trust?
Not trust. This one's going to be a biatch. You can tell how bad a hurricane's going to be by the name a lot of times.
I mean,
Gil, that's kind of sissy, nerdy, who cares type thing. But you got one named Aaron. Oh, not Aaron, like Aaron Judge or something. This is Aaron with an E, E-R-I-N. This is set up to be a Karen from the get-go. Aaron is, part of Karen. This is going to be a biatch. Hang on. It's headed right for the Carolinas is where it's forecasted to go right now. On the spaghetti models, it could hit as far south as Georgia. And these storms are so big, y'all. The areas where they forecast to hit, that's where it hits. But there's no telling how far the storm is out from the center. They're hundreds of miles across. So be careful. It's coming. This is not like a tornado. We're warning you now. This is Friday morning. Okay? It's coming. It will be here sometime next week. I gotta go say that name out there.
I just wanted you to see it. Celtic sounds like a chicken. Oh my God.
Shaver pits and smells of. You're absolutely right there, Celtic. Oh, goes out her legs hair longer than yours. Uses natural deodorant. Smells like onions and boiled eggs.
Oh man, good Lord.
Oh, and let's not talk about when she breaks wind. My goodness, that's probably how this hurricane got started.
Oh man,
when she breaks wind, it smells like she's been eating crystals and pickled pig feet. Sorry, that wasn't nice. That's not a good way to start the morning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's right, Barry. Got to get ready for it. More rain, man. Get prepared now.
Yes.
A lot of saturated ground. And with the winds and stuff, the trees are already, they're going to come down bad. It wouldn't even take that much wind right now to knock down a lot of trees in certain areas of Georgia.
When the hurricane areas, she swears she can see your aura and thinks your rising sign determines which kind of weed you need to smoke. What do you mean I'm not sorry? It's early in the morning. I didn't mean to, sorry again. Vows hatred against capitalism owes the pair of AirPods. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. She doesn't like dancing, but here she comes spinning through anyway. Karen.
I was watching this guy's video the other day. He's walking his dogs. This woman, crazed, goes off on him because she claims he bought the dogs. He didn't rescue dogs, and she's just screaming at him on the trail. He's like, "Leave me alone, lady. Just go away."
I'm going to go ahead and say this this morning. If tropical storms were children, or if storms were children, all right, like this would be a hurricane. This would be a kid spinning around being a hurricane. Okay, it's nice. It's slow moving. It's going to sneak. It's not sneaking up on you. You can see it coming. Okay. But if it was a kid doing a tornado, he'd be like this. It might slip up on you if you ain't looking. You got warning on this, people. It's coming.
Oh my God. What the heck was that?
It was a kid running around in circles. You've seen them. They do it. Why are you shaking your head? You know it's true. You see kids do it too. Just stand there and go in circles.
There's a lot of things popping in my head, but I better leave it alone.
You didn't know I could move that fast, did you?
No comment.
Celtic said any more than that hurricane is going to spin its butt up into Northeast Ohio. She said, I'm scared of the day we stare down the barrel of a Hurricane Rhonda. She's going to rip up some serious roofs. You know, and he'd be going, help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. You know, yes, pitching a fit. Pitching a fit would be like the tornado. Hurricane Rhonda could peel the roof off a hobbit's house.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, Barry. Wow. Yeah, power outages.
Definitely a DEI complaint there, Steve. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, back to the officer. I got to ask this with Steve and Brodskin here. If the officer is a chick, you know the look I'm talking about. If she gets out of the car and it's you, Steve, or you, Broski, do you think, dang it, I'm screwed right?
This is the look that they'll give you to where you know you're screwed. Do you know how fast you were going? Yes, ma'am, I do. I'm sorry. I was running a little bit late, and I know I was going a couple miles an hour over. License and insurance, please.
You know the look.
They write you the ticket, and they come back and they give it to you. If you wish to contest this ticket, you can appear at court on this date. Or you can just go ahead and pay the fine. And you'll pay the fine because you don't want to face that again. You don't want to see her in court going, I got it on dash cam.
That's the one that's flexing out there on you. Buzz haircut. You know you're getting a ticket.
Eyebrows because they wouldn't do the eyebrows. It'd just be the whole tight lipped. There we go. There we go. Here we go, Dave. I got it right here. You ready? That is not what you want to see.
Oh, man. Did you see Barry's comment?
Yes, I did see Barry's comment. No, I missed Barry. Where's Barry? Barry. I see Celtic Broski.
He said, I paid $5 for Chuck, and he's going to pay $5 more tomorrow. That's 10 days.
Man, I ain't ever getting Chuck out of the darn bedroom.
Go, Chuck.
All right. So Steve said female cops make me nervous. On the one hand, I want to ask a lot of them out. On the other hand, I don't want to get shot. Broski said if it's a white or Latina chick, he's most likely screwed. Well, how do you know that? That's pretty presumptuous of yourself. Oh, you mean you're getting a ticket? I'm sorry. Went right over my. Oh my goodness.
I love it. Yeah, they don't play, man. They get out there. It's the same girl that can't get the cuffs on, so that she has to call for backup. Then she's mad. That's when you'll get shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll take you down. Forget that taser. They're going full auto load, baby. They start screaming. They get that little shrill sound. You better watch out. You better watch out.
Oh, let's not talk about that shrill sound. They don't like it, Dave. You're probably going to get pulled over this morning. Women do not like it when you bring up the shrill sound, especially the police officers, as they don't want to know. They don't want to recognize the fact that they're out there, and this is all. And y'all, hey, I'm having fun with y'all. I'm having fun with you. They don't want folks to realize that when they're out there, they start talking down here, and they're like, "Excuse me, sir, may I see your license, insurance, and registration? Got to see it. No. Do you know how fast you were? Because, they start to sound like a wife. Do you know how fast you were going? You could have hurt me. You could have hurt someone else. You need to slow down."
And you just tell her you sell propane supply.
No, you just look at her, tell her, say, you sound a lot like your mama.
Oh, oh.
Or an even better response will be, "Ma'am, don't be so hysterical. I was just being a little bit. You need to just calm down. Everything's going to be okay."
Wow.
Or an even better response, but you're definitely going to get a ticket. "Oh, see, it's that time of the month."
Yeah, don't say that.
You're definitely getting a ticket.
Hey, if you were a cop, we got to go. We'll have to continue tonight. If you were a cop and you pull over and the dude's got handcuffs on his mirror hanging off, what would you think? What kind of dude are you thinking you're going to talk to?
I don't know, but I'd have to ask them, "Hey, you want to use yours or mine?" Yeah, it'd be nothing like handcuffing somebody with their own handcuffs.
Don't say calm down.
Yeah. But don't ask them the last one I said either. Don't do it. You're going to jail if you do. Just telling you. That was just a funny thing. Yes, that's what you tell them. Have a good day. He said, I was wondering which of you would step on the landmine. Rob, I got Dave with one the other day.
Oh, he set me up, man.
He's good at it too. He just slips it in there when you're not expecting. You're reading the stuff out.
You weren't there to read, dude. It's usually you. I let you read them, and then you wasn't there, and I read it. I'm like, oh, he got me.
And see, I can just laugh and keep going with it. I can, but let me hit this last story here real quick. I know we got to go. Man fakes being deaf and dumb for 45 years to avoid listening to wife. 69-year-old Johnny F. Ivy has never spoke a single word in front of his 70-year-old wife, Eve, during the decades they lived together. The woman learned sign language to be able to communicate with her husband, but instead he was not really communicative. It took me 2 years to learn to communicate with my hands. As soon as I got good at it, he began having problems with his sight. That subject and that story may have to come back up tonight on Front Porch Talking. It sounds like one of Uncle Jeb's girlfriends to me, and Uncle Jeb. So, yes, we do need a landmine emoji. We do. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for joining in on the morning show this morning. It was a lot of fun. We had it going, rocking and rolling. Yes, Steve, that man is a hero. He is a legend. He will go forth throughout time. 45 years faking being deaf and dumb and never got busted for it. Dude, hey, So look. Y'all have fun out there today. Enjoy your Friday. Get this over, get this weekend started. We will see y'all tonight on Front Porch Talking. Gonna be here today for the lunchtime show. We will actually be here. Sorry, I was sick the other day and I fell asleep in the bathroom floor, literally. So we will have the lunchtime show today, and y'all have a great, wonderful day. Dave, you got anything before we take off?
Nope. Have a good day. Go take your kids to school.
Yes. And remember, if this guy made it for 45 years, you can make it for 2 weeks if you needed to. So just saying, just saying. Love y'all. Have a great day. God bless. And we will see y'all on the flip side, which will be tonight or at lunchtime. All right. Have a good day, Dave.
See ya.